James, I know you said you like to save the worst for last, but we're actually saving the worst for first. Because first is the worst. And yeah, okay, first is the worst. As always, Above the Break likes to keep it funny and light. And so every season we've been doing this, we've had a least valuable player award. The NBA doesn't have this. Now, I think they should, just because that would be, I mean, it would be super mean. The writers would never want to do it because they would never get an interview with that guy. All NBA players are amazing basketball players. Never insult these people for their basketball prowess, because the guy that you think can't dribble, shoot, or pass, if you were to ever play with him, let me tell you, he'd be dribble, shooting, and passing all over everyone, even if they're probably high level former college players. These guys are good. James, who's the least valuable player from the 2022-23 NBA season?
LVP, man, this is a big moment. I,
LVP.
uh, I was really torn between two candidates, but ultimately I came away deciding that Reggie Bullock was going to be my least valuable player of the year. I just feel that this is a guy that Dallas was counting on to be like a solid, sturdy 3-and-D wing, and the 3-point shooting largely fell off a cliff, and the defense did too. He's aging, it's understandable if he can't defend like he used to. I think he's 32, but I think, you know, Dallas had a really disappointing season, and there are a lot of reasons for that. But one of the reasons is just that like all their role players sort of had down seasons,
Yeah,
and I think Bullock was probably the downest, so he's my least valuable player.
I like that because I actually have been thinking this season, not enough has been made. Like, Reggie Bullock hasn't been good at all. And what made them great last year is he was good and Dorian Finney-Smith were good. And if you have two good 3-and-D wings next to Luka, you're going to win a fair amount of games. My least valuable player, though, is someone different, someone a bit more famous, someone a bit more well compensated.
I bet it's my runner up. You go, and then I'll say if it is or not.
It is none other than RJ Barrett of the New York Knicks.
That's my
Look,
runner up.
I mean, it's a good runner up. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. You hate RJ Barrett so much, he can't even win least valuable player in your eyes. That's how bad this dude. He can't even get that distinction. Look, RJ Barrett is one of these guys where I've never really understood any of the discourse around him. He seems to be someone that is basically gliding on or coasting or just living off of his number one high school recruiting rank in 2018. He went to Duke, wasn't that good, got drafted third overall, and he's been in the NBA and hasn't been that good. I mean, we're talking about a guy who, if you look at just the basic box score numbers, you'd say, how is this guy the least valuable player in the league? And I'll say 19.6 points per game ain't what it used to be. And if it's coming at below a 50% effective field goal percentage, which is this season, that's just not good. He doesn't add much playmaking, 2.8 assists. He only grabs 5 rebounds. He's not like a lockdown defender where you're like, I can live with that offense because he's locking guys up. He's not the worst defender in the league, but I don't even know if he's really all that average. This is a guy with a negative 3.1 box plus minus. This is his worst season in that statistic since his rookie season when he was at negative 4.3. Every part of his game has kind of fallen off. And the fact that the Knicks have been as good on offense as they have, with this guy playing 73 games and averaging a whopping, what is it, 33.4 minutes. This guy plays massive minutes. He actually probably is in the top 10 in the NBA in total minutes played. I'm not positive on that, but like he's got to be in that range. And he's below average at just about everything. And this to me is the big one. For a playoff team, a good team, he has a negative 10 on off net rating. When he is on the court, the New York Knicks are 10 points better than when he's on the bench per 100 possessions. That is massive. That is a massive swing. The fact that this team made the playoffs playing a guy who, when he's on this many minutes, that when he's on the court, they're that bad or that much worse, is a testament to everyone else on this roster. RJ Barrett, you have won my personal least valuable player award. And
Let
so,
me
okay,
before we move on. Yeah, no, Barrett is probably the right call. Ultimately, I think my part of my logic was this is like even though he's had a really bad season, at least RJ Barrett can like occasionally give you a semblance of from scratch offense. Like he might be able to create a shot for himself. He may be able to set up a teammate. It's not good. It's not good, but like there's something there. Bullock,
yeah,
to me, I look at him and I'm like, if you're not shooting and you're not defending, you're nothing. Like you're just running up and down the floor. So, but all told, like Barrett, he did less with more in a sense. He had more usage, more opportunities, and like he's still a net negative by far. So it's a good choice. Let's move on.
I'll just say this. I like what you said because RJ Barrett, as bad as he has been, there have been games where he's helped the team win
That's
because
what I mean, right?
like Reggie Bullock, they're literally, I don't know. You could probably go through like his game sheet or his game log and look at his box scores and be like, did this guy help the Mavericks win under 10 games this season? Right? Like it's been real bad. But yeah, I like yours more than RJ Barrett because RJ Barrett's the easy punching bag. I mean, I sent you that thread. A guy I found the thread, a Knicks fan was like, RJ Barrett is single-handedly holding the Knicks back from being a championship contender, which I do contend with because I don't think if they replaced him with a league average player, they would be a championship contender. But the on-off splits are pretty insane. It's like everyone, as soon as he's not on the court, their on-off splits are like plus 11 points per 100 possession. You're like, holy shit! Like, what is this? Is this secretly the best team in the NBA? And RJ Barrett, an agent for parity. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's leave it there.